Hey guys, Justin Nelson here, and here's the thing. I think that your real estate business is actually struggling not from a lack of effort, but from a lack of doing the right things at the right times in the easiest way possible. And I actually think that alcohol and going out to eat is probably one of the biggest reasons right now why you're out searching YouTube on the next greatest thing to help your business. And right now I want to cover all things on how trading some coffee, some alcohol, or some food can make the biggest difference in your business today. Alright, so hey guys, I just wanted to jump into the subject today. I'm just kind of making a raw video. You guys see I'm in my background, got our video set over here somewhere, I don't even know, but I'm super excited just to jump into a subject that as I was working this morning, I wanted to flip on the camera, share it with you guys. But before we dive in, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, hit the bell so you guys are alerted of all of our future content. But man, I just woke up with something on my heart that I wanted to share. So the last 10 days or so, I have been off of alcohol. I've never really had a big problem with it, but it's been something that's always, I've spent a lot of money on. It's obviously drained me on some days. When we go out one night, I'm kind of an all or nothing personality. I can go out and have 15, 20 beers and be totally fine. I've built up quite the tolerance, and what I realized was it was setting me back. And throughout this journey, what I have realized is I've connected a few parallels kind of with the clear mind, and I looked back to when I first started with virtual assistants. It's been 4 or 5 years now since I started using virtual assistants in my business. Obviously, you guys all know that I own Sphere Rocket virtual assistants, and one of the things I realized was when I first got started using a virtual assistant, it was actually, I had a different mindset than I had now, and I feel like I haven't shared with you guys as an audience enough of the mindset that I had then versus what I had now, because many of you guys are where I was then in terms of the stages of considering, do I need a virtual assistant? Where, what can they do for me? Is it going to cost me money? Can I make an ROI, right? All of these different very valid questions. And so I want to meet you where you're at. And one of the things I realized is back in the day, one of my coaches that got me into using virtual assistants helped shift my mindset. And at that time, I had just turned 19, 20 years old in real estate. And she basically said, hey, Justin, what are you spending $20 to $25 on per day right now that you could replace with a full-time assistant? And when I first heard that, I put up a big blinders, a red flag. I was like, you're full of shit. Like, you're not going to fool me here. I'm not going to chase another shiny object. How am I going to get an assistant for $20 to $25 a day? And she basically told me, forget about all of your limiting beliefs you have around that. Just listen to me. And what she said is Justin, what are you spending $20 to $25 on per day? And I said, well, I usually, I don't drink coffee, but I usually drink a Red Bull that I stop at the gas station for. That's $3 or $4. I then usually end up going out either buying breakfast burritos with some of the team members when I was running the real estate team at $10 to $20. I would then end up usually going to afternoon drinks or happy hour pretty much at least 3 to 4 times a week. I lived in Colorado at the time. We had great craft beer, so it was like $6 to $12 per beer. You have 3 or 4 of those. I'm like, yeah, I was spending like $40, $50, $60 a day just in these type of activities. And what she told me is she says, Justin, if you look at the Real Trends report and you look at the top 100, I can show you 20 to 30 teams that are using virtual assistants at a super high level that they're only paying $3 to $4 to $5 an hour. And she said, Justin, if I found you a great virtual assistant at $4 an hour times 8 hours a day, how much would you spend? And she didn't say how much would you spend in dollars. She says, how much would you spend in beers? Almost like I was a child, but I look back and appreciate this now. And I said, well, 8 times 4 is $32 a day. And she said, okay, how many beers were you having a day at $12? I was like, 3. So she's like, perfect. You could have a virtual assistant if you can just trade 3 beers every single day of your life. And she says, I know you need the virtual assistant because you say you're stressed. You say that you're overwhelmed. You say that you're out of time. You say that you've hit a ceiling. You say that you need to expand. And I was like, you're right. And she's like, here's the crossroads. You can either choose to continue to drink your 3 beers and make excuses that you don't have money for an assistant, or you can give up those 3 beers and you can get an assistant. And guess what's going to happen when you get that assistant? You are going to grow your business. You're going to become less stressed. You are going to live a better life. You're going to have better relationships, not from necessarily getting rid of the beer. You're going to get that by gaining back leverage in your life. And she says, here's the really funny, ironic thing. When you bring in that assistant and replace the beer, in my example, you guys probably all have your example of what it is for you. It could be a car payment. It could be, coffee addiction. It could be makeup addiction. It could be shoe shopping. It could be, golfing, whatever your thing is that you spend money on. If you're willing to give that up in the short term, what's going to happen in the long term is your leveraged assistant is going to help you make more money, and then you can still do that activity. And number 1, have less stress when you do that activity, have more money when you do that activity, and be more present when you do that activity, because you have someone taking things off of your plate that they specialize in. And what she told me is, Justin, I don't really care what your opinion is about if a virtual assistant can help you or not, because that's just an opinion. The fact is, there are thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people using virtual assistants, not only in the real estate industry, also outside of the real estate industry, that can prove you wrong that a virtual assistant can be used at a high level. Guys, one of the things I realized really early on in real estate is everything works if you want it to work, right? We hear all these agents bashing, companies like Bold Leads or Boomtown or Sync, or calling expireds with the Mojo Dialer, or KV Core doesn't work, or all these different systems. And then you also see the opposite end of the spectrum of agents that are like, I make $1 million a year with Boomtown. I make $1 million a year with Bold Leads. I make $1 million with Sync, right? And what we find is all systems work for the agents that are willing to apply themselves to those systems. So she said, Justin, I know you'll apply yourself. I know that when I get you that right virtual assistant, you will thrive with them. She went out, helped me get that virtual assistant. I absolutely thrived with that virtual assistant. And so that's kind of all I wanted to share with you guys today. I know you guys all know I obviously run a virtual assistant company. If you're at that place and you need help doing that, of course, you guys will see down in the link, we can help you. But that's not really what the video is about. The video is about today is trying to meet you where you're at, change your mindset a little bit to start to change your perspective to when you're ready and want to get to that place of needing a virtual assistant, that there's hopefully less resistance in your brain, right? Some of you guys need a virtual assistant yesterday, some of you need it today, and some of you guys might not need it for another year. But if we can start to change our mindset around the cost, the ability to actually make it happen, and maybe even for some of us, we need to make a sacrifice like I did of 3 beers a day to make it happen. We just want to start changing our mindset. So with that being said, I absolutely love you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning into this video. I hope you guys got some value from this. If you guys ever need anything and you're in real estate, I also want to remind you I have a Pick My Brain session down below the video. You guys can jump on my calendar. I'd be more than happy to chat with you guys about your business. It's my passion now. I absolutely love just helping agents change their business. Whether that's you wanting to go from 1 deal a month to 10 deals a month, whether you're doing 10 deals a month already and want to go to 100 deals a month, we have coached everybody in all sizes. So with that being said, I am signing out. But before you guys leave, if you forgot to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the little bell so that you guys are notified each and every time we do a video, I think you're missing out. But with that being said, I'm going to end it here. Much love, guys. Go out, crush it, start changing your mindset, and start doing things that other big players are doing that you want to be like. We'll see you guys.